What you've seen Nick Saban do at Alabama, 5 championships, 11 years, with revolving door as coordinators, how do you explain that?
No complacency. He does not let complacency exist, from the trainers to the coaches to the players to the administratively. There's no complacency. And again, they have a standard, and nobody's coming. If you're in that organization, there's nobody coming off that standard, and they're relentless in the pursuit of it.
It's hard to see progress when you're losing, but since that North Texas game, how have you seen this Arkansas team get better despite the loss to Auburn and Texas A&M?
I have seen progress. And again, if you go back to the Auburn game, there was a point in time there where that game was just a 2-score game. Arkansas was driving the ball. They were moving the football a couple of different times, stubbed their toe, turned the ball over. That happened twice. One was a pick six, the kickoff return for a touchdown. So there's little things like that that are creeping up, but there are some positives. I thought the defense harassed Jared Stidham all night long. The defense is playing very, very hard. So, there's small victories that you can see. You saw it last week. Anytime you can start a game down 17-0, and work your way back so that on the last possession of the game you got a chance to tie the game, that's progress. I don't care how you slice it. And Texas A&M is an exponentially better team than they were last year. So I thought that was another step in the right direction.
How well do you know John Chavis?
I know Chief fairly well.
What do you think about his career and the fact, he's moved around the SEC a lot, but he always seems to do pretty well wherever he goes?
Yeah, he does. He does well. And again, he's a product of a guy that, it's experience. He's got great experience in the league, starting from back at Tennessee to LSU to A&M. This is probably his fourth, maybe even more stop that I don't realize. But, experience is everything, particularly in this league. And, I think he's a guy that doesn't panic. He does what he does. He recruits to fit what he does. And they'll get better at that, in terms of recruiting what fits his style. But he's just one of those guys that, has a lot of longevity in the league and a lot of respect from all the offensive coordinators in the league as well.
You mentioned it up here, but just the stuff that Tua brings to this team that makes Alabama almost unbeatable.
Yeah, he is incredibly accurate. He's got just poise. He's got it. I've had 5 first-round quarterbacks that have been on my teams through the years. He's got all of the same type of elements that I see in some of those other guys. But the other thing he does that really is different than probably Alabama's had is he puts the ball in places that gives his wide receivers a chance to make plays with the ball in their hands. It's one thing if a guy has to reach behind him and he makes a catch. These guys are catching the ball on the run, full stride, and it really gives them an opportunity to get yards after catch, and that's what you're seeing right now.
Talking about quarterbacks, now that Chad Morris has really settled on Ty's story, how much do you think that's going to benefit this offense, not having that ping-pong game between Cole Kelly and Ty Storey?
Well, I think anytime you can not have the back and forth with quarterbacks, obviously that's better. But again, Ty is going to have to show improvement. He's going to have to show that he's getting a grasp week by week of the offense. And, he's a young guy. And look, they may have to go back to the other guy at some point if things aren't going well. But I was glad to see that Chad settled on one guy. I don't know what it looks like in practice every day, but he made the decision for a reason, because he feels like that guy gives him the best chance to win. And every fan base should want one guy to be the guy, because it gives you continuity. There's timing issues. There's just command presence of them in the huddle and what they bring. And the other players around them, the other 10 need to have that and see that.